Keystone Fuzion, the chrome model, perhaps the best toy hauler in the fifth wheel variety in the world. And what allows me to make such a strong statement? Is it the 5.5 kilowatt Onan generator that's located right underneath the overhang? No, that's found in a lot of units, but it's a nice piece. Could it be the spring system in that Cummins Onan that prevents the inside from shaking apart as the generator runs? That's a nice feature. Could it be the high altitude adjustment control on that same generator, so when you go high into the mountains you can adjust for altitude? That's nice. Could it be the 6-point hydraulic leveling system, which this unit has, which makes it easy to level the unit? It makes it easy to get your toys in and out of the unit. Well, that's nice to have. It's also not exclusive to Fuzion, but it's very nice to have. Outside speakers, they're nice to have. But let's talk about a foundation. Let's talk about the foundation of the unit and the actual raw construction. And there are a number of things that I want to take a moment out while I'm in such a picturesque location, looking at the tires and looking at the frame underneath, that I want to share with you. When you talk about a foundation of a Fuzion, we're talking about a structural I-beam chassis. 10 inches on the tandems and 12 inches on this triple here. This is a triple axle unit. This is made to be pulled by a 1-ton truck. The frame itself is a custom chassis designed by Fuzion and made by Lippert, but it is custom for Fuzion only. Fuzion gets this. It's a wider I-beam structure which gives shorter outriggers, which helps to strengthen the wall. So the wall of this Fuzion is stronger than almost any other toy hauler, or really than any other toy hauler. It has cross members running approximately every 2 feet, which is about double the competition. So when we start talking about the interior, the toy hauler section, we're talking about areas on the floor where there's no weakness. There are steel runners. There are 4 of them running the full length of the unit. It has steel grid construction, a waffle structure in the floor of the garage. The weight is distributed evenly. It's the heaviest duty construction that you're going to find in a fifth wheel toy hauler. This thing truly is a beast. The tie downs, bringing you right over to here, are really a showstopper. The tie downs are welded to the frame. Yes, I said welded to the frame. That's something that virtually no one else does. And really, if you're concerned about your toys, why would you use anything else? It's got a 1-inch thick floor, and the surface is Congolium, not linoleum. Why does that matter? It's non-absorbent. Any oil spills or any gasoline spills can be easily cleared out, and they do not harm the living environment back in this garage, which you can see there is a bunk way up high. That bunk is on a chain system that can come down. The lower bunk can fold straight across, and as I step inside for a moment, you can see that this becomes a couch or a bench system. It can fold straight across to give you a queen-size bed, and you have a table which can be set up back here in the garage. It can be moved out onto the deck. Here you've got a patio system that can fold down and create an entire outside deck, which is overhung by an awning. And you have the ability to move the table inside. And we'll get inside in a couple of minutes. There's just a few more things I want to share with you while we're still standing outside here. There's a vapor barrier in a vented attic. So what that means is moisture is allowed to wick away and doesn't collect in the attic, so you don't end up with condensation and you don't end up with the problems that condensation can produce. The windows themselves are CNC routed. That's to minimize dust and to improve insulation. So when you have computerized routing, you're able to have a 2mm tolerance on either side of the frameless windows, and you're able to ensure that there can be insulation between the edge of the windows and the nearest aluminum stud running through the wall. In fact, the aluminum studs are 2 inches from the windows. When we turn our attention to the tires and the axles, 7,000-pound axles. Yep, this beast has 3 7,000-pound axles, so it's capable of 7 times 3 plus 3,000 on the tongue. It's capable of pulling 24,000 pounds. It's capable of holding 24,000 pounds. 14-ply G-rated tires with true steel valve stems. Let me say that again. True steel valve stems. It's an inexpensive part, but it's a nice piece when you don't want to have to worry about that. A leaf spring suspension with the CRE 3000. That's basically a 3-inch rubberized shock torsion system. It creates for a smoother ride. Correct Track easily aligns the vehicle's axles and again preserves your ride and preserves your tires. There's an easy ramp angle to raise if you raise the front legs again with that hydraulic system, and lower the rear end, so it makes it very simple. Now, continuing on the outside, we've got a toy lock underneath, so it's a way of locking down your toys. We have, as we look to the side of the unit, 2 sets of awnings. You've got an awning in the back, and you've got 2 more awnings up along the side of the unit. You've got handles with locks on them on the back doors. Strong springs to make it easy to lower the back door. A child can lower this back door with supervision. And you've got a ladder which can pull away from the side of the unit so that you can easily climb onto the roof without kicking the wall of your Fuzion. You have 2 tanks, one dedicated to the fuel station and one dedicated to the generator. All of your outside facilities are protected behind the door, and it's easy to winterize the unit. It's easy to run cables in. Your tank poles are protected inside. They're not going to freeze up on you. You've got your connections for cable and such. Everything is well organized and well designed. Let's take a walk inside. This happens to be the model 422. Actually, before we do, let's take a look at the storage. This particular model has a television that can swing outside. You've got tons of storage in here, so don't worry about not being able to take everything that you can think of with you. And as we come inside, we can see it's beautifully appointed. We've got Corian countertops. We've got a faucet with an extension. We've got a residential quality, this is the same thing you'd see in your major department stores, refrigerator and freezer. This model has a convection microwave oven. It's got a 3-burner stove. It's got a nice oven itself. Plenty of storage, plenty of drawers, plenty of cabinets. Its own wine rack. Nice touch. It's got stadium seating. Stadium seating where each of these chairs will recline fully, prone. Notice you've got a fireplace here. This fireplace is actually pretty useful. It works great on chilly mornings that are near or just above freezing, where you want to keep the entire unit warm as long as you're connected to electric or you're running your generator. That's a 5,000 BTU heater. Sound system with Bluetooth, a sound bar, and a television which can swing in and out. You've got tons of pantry space. Next to the refrigerator, and then alongside the oven. This particular model also has a backup camera, and it's got a camera that can monitor what's going on inside your garage. Separation between the garage and the living area is done by a glass door. Inside the garage, we have a television. We've got washer-dryer hookups. We've got a separate bathroom inside the garage with a shower, with a sink, and a commode. And again, looking in this garage, they range in the Fuzion line from about 11 to about 16 feet. Most of them have patios, so you can drop the rear door down and use it as a deck. All of them have queen-size beds for the lower bed and for the upper bed. And if you're wondering where the table is, it stores underneath the upper bed. Let's take a walk back inside. And of course, all the awnings are electric. When we come back inside, we can see that there's a loft. So you have additional sleeping up there. Again, looking at the stadium seating, these can go fully prone, so theoretically, you could sleep 4 people here. You have central vac in this particular unit. A nicely appointed bathroom with entrance from the side hallway and from the bedroom itself. Cabinet over the commode. Bathroom cabinet over the sink. And again, great faucets, great fixtures inside these units. Another Fuzion unique aspect, another Fuzion first, is a slide out in the bedroom that it acts as your wardrobe, and it's a deep wardrobe. Plenty of space. That extends all the way over to here, so that you have access to it from the bathroom, and it extends further into the bedroom. The bed itself, when the slide slides out, centers. It centers itself, and you end up with nightstands on both sides of the bed, each with its own electric, cabinets above the bed, plenty of storage, and the bed itself orients north-south, so that it's inside the unit and better insulated than you would otherwise have. And speaking of insulation, this unit is top flight insulation. Let me point out a TV here in the bedroom. The insulation and the heating in the system runs through the underbelly, and it actually does forced air heat from the bottom up. It's the most intelligent forced air heating system you'll find in the market. So the bottom line, Fuzion, phenomenal unit. It's hard to find anything. In fact, you won't find anything that will beat it. The only thing that comes close is Impact, which is made by the same folks and is basically the little brother of the Fuzion line without a lot of the extra features. You can get an Impact for tens of thousands less than a Fuzion. You will not get the fireplace, you will not get the 6-point leveling system, you will not get the supersized refrigerator, and there are a few other frills that come with the Fuzions that justify their price. But if you're on a budget and you want something which is built like a battleship the way a Fuzion is, Impact is the way to go. Thanks for your time. A smoky, kind of cloudy day, hazy day, here at Stalkups in Casper, Wyoming. This is Alan. I just want to take a minute out. This is our sales lot here. We happen to have the used fifth wheelers on one side, and we've got the new fancy toy hauler fifth wheelers on the other side. So I turn around, we've got travel trailers. And the one thing I know that all these have in common is they're all, whether they're new or used, when they go out, they're going to need repairs. And I want to take a second out and say, if you're passing through the Casper area, I want to give a strong endorsement to Outlaw RV Repair. That's Jake at Outlaw RV Repair. I'm going to have you click through to another video that I made so you can learn more about him and what he does. And just know that I personally have used Jake and had him work on my fifth wheel several times this summer, as I'm about almost 4 years into living in mine, so it's got plenty of work that it needs. Hey, thanks for your time, and you have a great day.